love this song so much, and we were recently listening to a bunch of songs from 1996, and this was one of them. And I thought, oh, you know, it's about time I figured out what these chords are and that beautiful piano line and show you why they're so delicious. This is DJ Shadow's Midnight in a Perfect World from Introducing. Man, this song. I don't know exactly how they made this E-piano or Wurlitzer so lush, but I just loaded in a basic Wurlitzer patch, and we're just going to go with it. I'm hearing like seventh chords and some jazz harmony. Nothing too crazy at all, but I'm really, really excited to figure this out because I think it's going to feel very satisfying. And then you can play it too, because here's the keyboard. All right, so our first chord's a minor chord. Oh, whoops. Mm-hmm. And then I think it's going to be an F chord. Oh, I think it's an add 9. So minor, and then I think you have, sorry, wait. And I'm not sure if the bass changes or not. Let's find out. So it goes. Yeah, that sounds right, doesn't it? Not this. That's also really pretty, using a pedal point with our tonal center, just holding it down. So I think that's what it is. And the next one sounds like a 7th chord to me. And then I think it just goes down again, but into a Dorian space. I think that's what it is. But let's confirm. 7th. Yeah? I'm just not totally sure about the bass note, but I think it's D. I think it is. Well, okay, that went quicker than I thought. Isn't that so beautiful, though? Gosh. Okay, so why I think this works so well is the minor tonality is our home bass. So there's a, delicate, kind of vulnerable, more fragile sound, I think, a little darker. And then this is being voiced in one of the best ways ever, this very crunchy, closed position, add 9 chord. And all that means is I got a major chord. And then if I kept going, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And instead of playing the 7th and the 9th, I just take the 9th by itself and I'm going to put it down here. And then it's all together. Adding 9ths seems to be a good choice always. There are very few things I can say that about, like just add 9ths. It'll always work, but it really seems to work. So anyway, this chord, this major chord, it would sound beautiful without the 9th. But it has a bit of a, like, I step here and then I step here kind of sound. It doesn't have as much of an organic feeling, I think, as keeping the G, which was in this chord, and then surrounding it with the F major chord. And also adding the 9th creates dissonance. Without it, you have. With it, you have. Different, right? Really different. And I think it makes this major chord go straight into like heartbreakingly beautiful territory in an instant. So when we hit that chord, I feel like that's the moment where I go, like every time. Right? And then this, being voiced as a 7th chord, is really notable too, because check it out. This is a flat 6 chord, the best in the world. And the chord quality is major, and then we've added a 7th. G minor and E flat major share 2 notes. If I voice this E flat major chord with a 7th, I have nestled at the very top a G minor chord. So there's like this almost reminiscent quality when you go, right? Like you can kind of still hear the G minor reverberating, but now it means something different because it's the upper structures of a major chord, and it's the flat 6. So it's just so beautiful. And then what I like about this is that I think it's another 7th chord, but it's like there's a note that's not expected. And it's gonna be the E. This E natural is an E flat in G minor. And we literally just played the E flat chord, right? So this is mode mixture, meaning I'm pulling in a chord that's in G major, but I'm putting it into a song that's in G minor. So between this chord, our brain has just heard this note, and then when we go here, now here's this note. Now these are far apart, right? But I think instinctively we just feel that chromatic shift, and that's why it's so delicious. That's the part. That's why. I've always wondered what that was. And then this beautiful little neighbor. Sorry. Also, the voicing of this chord is awesome. Now, what is this chord actually? Okay, it feels sort of like this is an inversion. Okay, so it feels like a, I guess it just sounds like C major over a D. That's kind of how it feels to me. And that makes sense because it has that Dorian sound, and Dorian is really well expressed by minor 1 and then a major 4. So that'd be G minor and C major in this case. But then there's a D underneath it. And that gives it that sort of slightly jazz flavor. Now my software is calling this a D9 sus4. D, sus4, 9, and that's the 7th. I don't know. My brain has trouble with some of those longer lead sheet symbols, so I'm just going to go with, it sounds like C major over D. It sounds like some kind of jazzy version of the Dorian, like a Dorian progression. Really, really pretty. And then that voice that comes in. Oh, and that's the 9th. Sorry. That's pretty. And sometimes it goes, oh, that's the flat 6. But it probably doesn't do that right when that happens, because then you'd have a... How does that not sound bad? Okay, so that's what's going on with the chords. I feel very excited. You can probably tell. And then let's switch over to my regular piano, because if we're going to figure out the beautiful piano, this won't take very long because I think it's just a spread out minor chord, but I love it. It's so simple. I'm going to do it by memory first, and then I'll confirm because that's more fun for me for some reason. So I think it goes... And then the rhythm changes the second time. Same notes, though. Like triplets, I think. And then I think it goes da-da. So. And then waits. Then da-da-da. And then... I'll have to find out. But it does some other thing that sounds very open and expansive and not like a closed structure chord or something, like lots of fifths and fourths or things like that. All right, so let's find it and confirm. that just, or, it doesn't go down at the end. It goes, okay, so. So pretty. It's so simple, but it really just, when that piano comes in, my heart just, I don't know, just drops out of my chest. So pretty. And that's also playing kind of, you know, the E from this surprise chord. Then it comes down a fifth. I like that. It feels unexpected. I don't know. And kind of angular and open. And then it just hangs. And then this all feels weird. I love this. Love this. Okay. I did always wonder why that sounded a little strange. Because you got the E flat and the E. But it's just for a moment. Because then you get... Does that feel like such a revealing moment? Like everything is okay right there? Oh. Oh, I forgot. There's more. Listen to those. Okay. Parallel fourths. They sound so tinkly. So beautiful. Now there's this like kind of cello. I don't know if it's a cello sample or it's a mellotron, but it, you know, embodies that feeling of a cello, and it's going to go seventh. Sorry. This feels like a temporary key change in a way. I know it doesn't have to be interpreted that way, but that's just how it feels to me. It suddenly feels like that D is now like our new kind of center, but it's D Dorian. And it has this really ominous feeling. With the cello doing these fifths at the bottom. Right? And then there's that hesitation, and it goes back, though. And it feels like a release when it returns. Don't get me started about the drums on this. Well, that's the video. That's it. That's all it is. I hope now you will learn how to play this song or appreciate it in a whole new way. I feel like I have. My love for it grew a little bit more, and I appreciate you watching. And thanks to my patrons for supporting me in making videos about music and just talking about whatever I think is cool. It's amazing, and I'm so glad to have this community. All right, I'm getting sappy. It's because of the piano. I mean, come on. How can you not? All right, I'll see you next time.